A lot of friends in Africa.
Jumbo!
What?
Number 10. Disordered eating, Mean Girls. While Mean Girls still feels incredibly current, it was actually released all the way back in 2004, if you can believe it. It's one of the most beloved and revered teen movies of all time, and in many ways feels timeless. But one of the major plot lines is one that we don't think would be included if the story were written today instead.
They're these weird nutrition bars my mom uses to lose weight.
Give me it. It's all in, like, Swedish or something.
Yeah, you know, there's some weird ingredient in them that's not legal in the US yet.
Regina George, the film's villain, is obsessed with losing weight even though she's already thin. In a plotline that's supposed to be played for laughs, Katie gives her nutrition bars that actually make her gain weight, though she lies and tells her they're for weight loss. As Regina gains weight, she becomes ostracized and even mocked for being fat.
Gina, you're wearing sweatpants. It's Monday.
So?
So that's against the rules, and you can't sit with us.
Number 9. Gay stereotype, Legally Blonde. Just like Mean Girls, we can't get enough of Legally Blonde. And in most ways, it stands up to rewatchings today with its message of female empowerment and plenty of fun girl power moments. But there's one part that doesn't sit as well with us nearly 2 decades after it was released. In the final court case, Elle encountered one of the witnesses, Enrique the pool boy, in the hall, and he mocks her footwear in a very specific way.
Don't stomp your little last season Prada shoes at me, honey.
Based on his knowledge of fashion, she surmises he's gay, which thwarts one of the prosecutor's lines of inquiry.
He's gay! Enrique is gay!
What?
Warner, what kind of shoes are these?
The black ones.
See?
While the scene is a triumphant one, it does use a pretty basic gay stereotype.
Gay men know designers. Straight men don't.
Know what? He did leave a share tape in the pool house one time.
Number 8. Jenna hanging out with kids, 13 going on 30. In 2004's 13 going on 30, 13-year-old Jenna Rink finds herself magically transformed into a 30-year-old version of herself, as though time has sped up after she makes a wish to be 30, flirty, and thriving.
I want to be 30!
Just let me play you this song, okay? It'll make you feel better.
I want to be 30! 30 and flirty and thriving!
30 and flirty and thriving.
She's living her dream life, but finds that in a lot of ways she's not actually ready to be grown up. She ends up spending time hanging out with kids her own age, i.e. actual 13-year-olds. While this kind of makes sense considering the movie's plot, it's still pretty weird that she spends her time with young teens when to everyone else in the movie, she's a full-on adult.
Yes, Alex is on line 1, Miss Ring.
Oh, gag me. Can you please tell him I'm busy?
Okay, but he wants to know what time would be good for dinner.
How about in 10 zillion years? Ask him how that works.
Number 7. Dennis outing his friend. I love you, Beth Cooper. While the films we've discussed so far have become modern classics, this one is more likely to be forgotten in the history of teen movies. I Love You, Beth Cooper wasn't well received when it came out, but today it fares even worse. The movie starts with the main character Dennis making a confession in his graduation speech that he's in love with cheerleader Beth Cooper.
The one thing I wish I had said. The one thing I know I will regret if I never say. I love you, Beth Cooper.
But he also outs his best friend as being gay in front of the whole school, which is deeply not cool.
Let us not regret that we never told our own best friend. I'm gay, dude.
For the rest of the movie, the friend's sexuality is played for laughs, which makes it all even worse.
Rich told me.
Rich Munch?
Yeah.
I wouldn't take heterosexual advice from Rich Munch.
Number 6. Lizzy and Paulo, the Lizzie McGuire movie. In the Lizzie McGuire movie, Lizzie has just graduated from junior high and goes on a class trip to Rome.
I'm sorry, it's just... You look an awful lot like a friend of mine.
Paolo, you have to get to your photo shoot.
While she's there, she ends up meeting an Italian pop star and sneaking away from her group to go off on adventures with him.
I just thought you should see Rome the way Romans do.
So you knew that I would come?
I hoped you would.
how to drive this thing?
This is Rome. Nobody knows how to drive.
The thing is, though, Lizzy was about 14 years old in this movie, and Paulo is allegedly 17, though he looks like a certified adult and acts like one too. If this movie were ever to be remade, which we hope it will be, we have a feeling they'd make Lizzy a little older so it wasn't so questionable that she was going off with a total stranger in a foreign country.
Paulo, where are we?
Via Condon. It is one of the most expensive shopping districts in the whole world. We must find you the perfect outfit for the awards.
Number 5. Sexism, racism, transphobia. The hot chick. While some movies from this time period have aged well, this is certainly not one of them. It's pretty much impossible to pick just one moment from the hot chick that wouldn't make it into a movie today, because the reality is the entire thing would just be scrapped.
Jessica, honey, is everything all right?
Yes, Mother. It's just a spider.
The whole premise lends itself easily to rampant sexism, considering it's about a girl who finds herself trapped in a man's body. Rob Schneider performs femininity in an exaggerated and offensive way throughout. But that's not the end of it. There's also racism and transphobia to boot.
Hi.
That was an experience.
You should drink.
Number 4. Edward watching Bella sleep. Twilight. The Twilight movies were a massive success upon their release, beginning in 2008.
I just want to try one thing. Just stay very still. Don't move.
From the outset, the first film had a seemingly equal share of fans and detractors. Many things about the movie were criticized, and we admit, a decade on, there are a lot of cringy moments.
Mama, can I talk to you later?
Come on, we gotta talk boys. Are you being safe?
How did you get in here?
But the one we think is next level creepy is Edward sneaking into Bella's house and watching her sleep. Not only is this troubling behavior, it's portrayed as being romantic, which makes it even worse.
I can't ever lose control with you.
In the Me Too era, romantic leads definitely do not behave like this. Number 3. Bridget and her coach, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants was adapted from a book of the same name and features the stories of 4 friends who find themselves separated for the summer, but have a pair of pants that magically fits them all to keep them together.
Carmen, come over here and look at yourself. They look amazing on you.
Call me crazy, but it's scientifically impossible that a pair of pants could fit me.
And me.
And me.
And me.
In Bridget's story, she attends a soccer camp and becomes infatuated with her older coach. While at first he pushes off her advances, he eventually gives in, despite his position of authority. He apologizes for his actions after Bridget is devastated, but in a modern-day film, we have a feeling the story would have gone a different way, and he wouldn't be seen as a good guy.
I just want to say that what happened between us was my fault.
Fault?
Not fault. My responsibility. I should have known better.
Well,
It's just...
I didn't exactly tell you to slow down.
Number 2. John taking feminine hormones. John Tucker Must Die. John Tucker Must Die is your classic revenge movie, with a teen twist. A group of girls wants to get back at a guy who's played them all, and they try a variety of tactics to give him his just desserts.
To get even with a guy like that, you make him undateable. Yes.
Undateable. A systematic destruction of all that is John Tucker.
One of their attempts involves sneaking estrogen into his protein powder, in an effort to make him understand what it's like to be a woman, which is totally misguided, and the results are pretty offensive.
Tucker, you okay? Can you finish the game?
No. I'm anxious and bloated. My nipples hurt.
Don't be a pansy ass.
The estrogen makes him act in an exaggeratedly feminine way, crying and complaining about his thighs being fat. Just describing it makes us cringe.
So, we good?
Number 1. Harassment. Bring it on.
With Jan straight, well, I'm controversial.
Are you trying to tell me you speak fag?
Oh, fluently.
While there's a lot to like about 2000's fun cheerleading flick Bring It On, there's one part that's unsettling all these years later. After being asked if he's gay, the character Jan asserts that one of the other cheerleaders, Courtney, doesn't wear underwear with her uniform, and that he takes advantage of that fact during their routines.
Courtney doesn't wear anything under her spankies.
There's no excuse, Jan.
I can't help it if my digits slip occasionally.
Everyone seems to think it's hilarious, and we eventually get to see him do it. And Courtney slaps him afterwards. Jan doesn't have any negative consequences, and the entire thing is played as comedic. Yuck. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.